I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. He was a member of the Sovereign Citizen Movement, a group of people who don't believe in the government or its ability to enforce laws. Today, Richard Ulloa of Stone Ridge appeared in an Albany federal courtroom to learn his fate. Today, a judge sentenced Ulloa to 5 years in federal prison. Ulloa was convicted on 7 counts of mail fraud last year for serving Ulster County government workers with fake bills and filing more than $1 million worth of fraudulent liens that appeared on victims' credit reports. During all the lengthy court proceedings, Ulloa was labeled a paper terrorist for filing additional phony bills demanding $100,000 from police, judges, and journalists. If New York Senator Charles Schumer gets his way, there will be a passenger advocate on location at Stewart and all of the nation's airports. Schumer is among those calling on the Transportation Security Administration to create the passenger advocate position. That person would be able to respond immediately to air traveler complaints when it comes to security screenings. Schumer's call comes after an elderly woman said she was strip searched at Kennedy Airport, a charge the TSA denies. Instead of passenger advocates, the TSA says it's planning to establish a toll-free hotline for passengers who may need help during screenings. Funeral services will be held Wednesday in Kingston for the Town of Ulster police officer who died in a one-car crash Friday night. 27-year-old Travis Nissen was driving home after having dinner with relatives when his car veered off Route 28 and slammed into a utility pole in the town of Olive. Nissen was wearing his seatbelt, and investigators say there was no evidence to suggest that alcohol was in any way a factor. Nissen joined the Town of Ulster Police Department in September of 2006. Wednesday is the deadline for members of the Orange County Legislature to attempt an override of County Executive Ed Diana's budget vetoes that include his opposition to the legislature's decision to add $9 million to next year's budget in order to keep the county's Valley View nursing home open for the entire year. Diana's spending plan defunds Valley View next July with an eye towards finding a private operator for the 360-bed facility. Legislature will need to muster 14 votes in order to override the county executive's veto. Polls will be open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow in the Port Jervis School District, where voters will decide the fate of a $1.8 million building renovation referendum that includes a replacement of the leaky roof at the middle school, as well as an assortment of school building repairs and technology upgrades. If approved, the zero-tax referendum would be financed entirely with state building aid and allocations from the district's existing capital reserve and fund balance accounts. And cars were streaming out of Amanza's family farm in Montgomery Saturday, their occupants taking advantage of the sunny December weather to continue the family tradition of finding that perfect Christmas tree. And when there's more than one family member on hand, the selection of a tree can lead to a difference of opinion. The Pastigliones of Rock Tavern left with a tree, but not after a family vote.
There was a bit of a debate, yeah, and then it goes to a vote. That's the way it works.
Who won this time?
It was 3-1, and I won. I won this time.
We're usually pretty quick. We come in, and once we find the one we like, it's pretty fast. But today, it wasn't that bad. They chose 2 different ones, but next year my daughter's going to get the final say. This year my son got the final say. So we got to be diplomatic. It helps.
Business owner Tom Manza says it's the favorite time of year for him and his staff. As usual, you could do more than just pick out a tree. 2 of Santa's reindeer were on hand, and you could also hop aboard a horse-drawn wagon, helping get farm visitors into the Christmas spirit. Good news for those of you who don't like snow. There are no storms in the long-range forecast. As for tomorrow, it'll be sunny with temperatures reaching the mid-40s. Wednesday will be mostly sunny and a bit milder. The highs will be in the upper 40s. Stay on top of breaking news here at Record Online, and for a complete look at all that's happening, read tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.